Hello, it's Dr. Richard O'Mell. Today I would like to offer a new perspective on the act of sitting. Most of us do spend a lot of time sitting, and particularly during our occupations. Most of us are in an occupation that requires sitting down, looking at some form of screen for extended periods of time. Sometimes for those of us that commute to and from work, a lot of us will spend a lot of time in our cars. So those two environments are pretty common for most of us, the car and our office environment. So what I would like to introduce you to is a perspective that looks at sitting as an opportunity to improve our movement management skills, if you will, to maintain the fundamental mobility, structural alignment, awareness, body awareness that will help to preserve the structural and functional integrity of our bodies while we're sitting, during the act of sitting, rather than trying to negate the ill effects of sitting by going to the gym, following a day's work, taking breaks throughout the day with stretching, going for a walk. These all have merit, but they don't necessarily change the way we're sitting while we're sitting. And it's those behaviors, those habits that are really at the root of a lot of our musculoskeletal imbalances that kind of creep up on us and lead to these potential aches and pains that many of us will be plagued with. So I want to introduce this idea of being opportunistic while sitting with a simple exercise to begin this process with. So let's take a look at. Hello, it's Dr. Richard O'Mell, and I'd like to review this exercise to help you make your sitting activity a more opportunistic activity. And what I mean by that is anytime you catch yourself slouching while you sit, so this would be a sitting slouch. Basically, in my mind, I define a slouch as your chest sunken in, the shoulders are turned in, your neck's projected forward, your head is retracted back, and your pelvis is kind of tucked under. When you notice that position, you're simply going to lower your head down, neck and head, and so you're like a C shape. Once you're here, you're simply going to gently lift your head and neck up, and as you do that, the spine's going to move, your pelvis is going to move forward relative to where it was in that C shape. And you go as high as you can, and you can exaggerate it by lifting the chest, neck, and head up as high as you can go. At that point, allow your head to balance freely on top of the spine, and then just tweak your pelvic position by rolling it back without your chest collapsing. That's what I call your zero resting neutral position. So the goal here is to first notice those cues your body gives you that you're slouching. And at first you're going to have to remind yourself, because you're maybe not going to notice those cues as much now as you will as you do this more. Do this, maybe set a timer every 10-15 minutes, minimally, to remind yourself to do this. From the side, just so you see it from this perspective, you've caught yourself, you're slouching, you simply let your head down, get that C shape, and gently lift your head and neck up, allow your spine and your pelvis to move accordingly, all the way up, let the head balance, just modify that pelvic position without the chest falling, find that zero resting neutral position, this is where it is, and carry on with whatever you're doing while in this position. As you catch yourself falling back towards this slouch position, just simply modify, go to this pulse and this whole sequence. Lift the chest, neck, and head up. Find your head balance, pelvic balance, and you're back to that zero resting neutral position. So work with this, and it really is a exercise in noticing, paying attention to those cues your body gives you while you're slouching versus when you're in a more balanced state. And throughout your given round of sitting, you're going to do this. The more you do this, the more intuitive, the more instinctive it becomes. And you won't have to place a lot of mental effort into it. You'll go with that more kinesthetic feeling sense to modify your movement behaviors. So give that a try. Consistency is really important here. And don't worry about being perfect with it. The goal here is putting the effort and intention into it on a consistent basis. I recommend you do this for a full 30 days. That's going to give your body a chance to adapt. And you're definitely going to notice some improvements with this. I'd be really curious to hear how doing this while you're sitting trickles into some of your other activities. Okay, that's all I've got for you today. Feel free to reach out to me at my website, email address. And until next time, look forward to hearing from you.